Good morning and welcome to 14 days of mental repositioning. All right, and this is day 11 with only 3 days to go after today. And I'm especially excited. I've always been excited because consistency and progress is beautiful. All right, consistency and progress is really, really beautiful. So, being able to do this for this number of time is very necessary for me and also for you because we've been looking at quite a number of things and it's getting more interesting, right? It's getting more interesting, especially because we are sort of nearing the end, and I've been sharing more things that, should I say, are kind of the meat, the juice of all that 14 days of mental position is about. And well, you know those statements, what they say, that it's at the end of the pot that the food is always sweet. So it's good to be here. Now, we've considered quite a number of things, a whole lot, I can tell you, a whole lot. And we're going to be considering another comparison today. Before I go into that, I want to start with this scripture. I'm sure it's a popular scripture. A number of you must have heard, even from church. Must have heard it from church. So it says, "The violent taketh it by force." Now that's a very assertive statement. The violent takes it by force, which simply means that in many situations, force will be applied. In many situations, force will be applied. And then it makes sense because when Isaac Newton was given his laws of motion, the first law of motion states that a body will remain at rest except an external force is imposed on it that causes it to move, or it will remain in motion except an external force puts it to rest. Does that make sense to you? So it means that life isn't designed ordinarily to just move on autopilot at all. That if anything will change, an external force, all right, an external force would be put into place. If anything will move, if anything would shift, if anything will change, an external force will come in. And that's why you are here, to learn how to make the moves that your life needs for progress to be made. Right? So there's something you need to do. There's a step you need to take, something you'd have to do consciously, intentionally, in order to get things going. So things won't just move by themselves. I always heard this statement while I was on campus that if you see anything working, it's because somebody is working it. It's because someone is working it. So when you look at your life, imagine your life like a website. A website consists of two things. There's the front end and the back end. So if nothing, no work is going on in the back end, do not expect results in the front end. Do not expect to just see some things magically appear, because the buttons, the colors you are seeing on the front page of your website is as a result of what has happened in the back end. Series of codes that have been written, commands that have been put in. So it's the same thing that applies with you. That certain things you need to do get done in order to see the results that you want to have. At the same time, there are things you would need to stop doing. The things you need to stop doing in order to see the results you want to have. So it works both ways. It works both ways. So you need to evaluate and think deeply. What are the things that need to go? What are the things I need to do? So this morning we're looking at think gym, not spa. Think gym, not spa. Now, I've seen quite a number of people. One of the things that really gets my interest is when I see people who were once lanky, skinny, and barely without form, right? And I see people like that. It gets me thinking that, my goodness, so this person did not necessarily take muscles from anywhere to add to their bodies. They simply worked those things out day after day, week after week, month after month, maybe years after years. They worked those things out. So it just makes a whole lot of sense to now see they why they're like that. It's not because anything was added, it has always been there. So in the same vein, if you began to see your life in that form where you're not thinking of, okay, I'm missing out on this, only if this can happen, only if that can happen. The things that you need for progress are right inside of you. The things you only just need equipment to fine tune and to draw out these virtues, to draw out these things. That's all you need. When you think about it, that's all you need. You do not necessarily need something new. You already have every single thing that is needed. You just need to draw those things out, and you need the necessary equipment, starting with the right mindset. So think gym, not spa. What exactly are we talking about? So let's look at definitions first. A gym is a large room, usually containing special equipment, underlying special equipment, where people go to do physical exercises and get fit. It's a room containing equipment, special equipment, where people go to do exercises and get fit. Now, why am I saying you should take note of those statements that I made? It's because they are very relatable. In the gym, what makes a gym is the equipment that are in it, and then the purpose for which it was made. Right? Now, this room is a room, right? But then if I want to make this room a gym, it's not by going to the front and putting gym on it. No. It is the equipment I bring in and the actions I begin to take in here. So the equipment. Now, in contrast, what is a spa? A spa is a special room, also a room, right, where beauty treatments are given. And then you obviously know that the treatments for beauty are not the same thing as the treatments as the things you take to get fit. The atmosphere is different. When you get to the gym, it looks bold, it looks strong, it looks daring, it looks challenging. I mean, most gyms you go into have some like dark paintings, maybe dark paintings. You see yellow stripes, um, and just that image. But when you get to a spa, everyone looks calm, looks pinky, whitish, creamy. Everywhere is nude. It just starts calm, and then everyone's voices and everyone's the voices you're hearing are nice. Oh, you're welcome, and things like that. So it's calm. Now, some of us have a superficial thinking that life's supposed to be that way. Well, newsflash, that's not the case. That's not the case. You know that statement they say that life is not a bed of roses, right? Things won't come just because you say come. Even if you're a Christian, things won't come just because you said it will happen to me. I believe it strongly. No, life is a gym, not a spa. So you must erase that mentality of convenience, of the comfort zone, of pleasure. You just want to vibe all through, and then eventually you want to be a successful businesswoman. You want to vibe all through. You want to, flex. You want everyone to treat you like Princess Disney. Okay, because you are the next Cinderella, or you are the one. Cinderella wasn't even treated well, anyways. But you're a princess who is in the palace and having all the maidens attend to you, carrying your shoes, carrying everything, and that's what you're thinking. And it's well, you might have honed that mindset simply because of how you might have grown up. But hey, listen, you must learn to toughen up. Toughen up. My pastor would always highlight this statement that life is not funfair, it is warfare. And that is not to scare you, that is to prepare you. That things are not designed to naturally just be there for you. Oh, it just comes just because you are a human being. No. If you see anything working in anyone's life, it's not luck. No one goes to the gym and gets lucky enough to build muscles. No, they worked it out. Nobody has muscles and got it by luck. There were processes, there were days of denials, there were attempts. So do not just look at people and say, oh, well, they were just lucky. They were just lucky. How lucky can a person be to be successful for 20, 30, 40 years? That must be a special kind of luck. A special kind of luck indeed. So it's not about luck. Don't assume that of being in your comfort zone, being in that state of convenience, always wanting everything to go smooth, breezy, calm, gentle, everyone treating you like, oh, you're the next big thing. You can't be treated that way if you are not thinking that way and you're not doing the work that it requires, right? So think gym, not spa. Spa is that place where, okay, special treatment, you're calm, everyone is pressing your body, giving you pedicure, manicure, and all the other cures. And then you're feeling really calm, feeling really, it's a, eradicates that thing from your mind. Life is a gym, not a spa. You work it out. If anything is worth doing, you know what it says, right? It's worth doing well. It's worth doing well. You know, one of the things that some things a result of having a spa mindset is laziness. Laziness. Number one, laziness. You become laid back. You become complacent. When you are used, and the thing is, maybe sometimes when you're used to a life of comfort where you've grown up all your life having everything you needed at the snap of a finger, you might not exactly understand what I'm talking about, but then I feel you're watching this for a purpose. For a purpose. So that laziness where you're just there, not putting in the work, just and you're blaming it on people. You're angry at people and your life is deteriorating. You're expecting people to have given you things and still expecting them to, they owe you, right? They owe you. And that's what you're going around with. And you're being complacent, being just not caring. Just not caring. That's not good enough. Right? Another thing that happens is the entitlement mindset. Where you're feeling entitled, feeling, yes, I should have this. Yes, I should get this. Yes, they should give me. Yes, I should get it. That entitlement mindset, nothing belongs to you. You take things. The statement that say power is not given, it is taken. So you take things. Now I'm not talking about, definitely, you know what context this is in. You take things, you place demands. Placing demands is not you going about and asking by force. No, placing demands is the work you put in. Is the effort, is what you put in. What you put in. What you put in, and it cuts across every front. Your work with the Lord, your academics, your finances, your relationship, in your business. You put in the work. See, I've always been that. Well, I started my 100 level on a good note, I would say. Not so good. I could have done way better. But then I've been a person who, okay, let me start from secondary school. I I was doing well on just one, then just two, I dropped a bit, just three, I dropped a bit. And then SS2, I realized that, Timothy, what's wrong with you? This is not what you do. What's going on with you? You're not doing the work. At that time, I was talking to myself, SS2. And then when we had midterm tests, I decided I was not going to talk to anybody. I wanted to focus. I wanted to just give it my attention. I was not going to talk to anyone for the 3 days we were going to have our test. Think about that. I was not going to have long conversations, long talks. If I need to give you something, okay, all right. I was not going to be smiling around. And I actually did that. I was so full, and my head was buried in the books. And then definitely, the results will show. Yes, did I offend people? Oh, yes, I did. I did. But then, did I achieve what I wanted? Yes. Could there have been a better way? Maybe yes. In a way that I was not going to offend people? Maybe yes. But the thing is, you can't do it. If you're someone who is going to strive for greatness, you're going to step on some toes. But be careful what toes you step on. The toes of people, the toes you should step on, or you will step on, should not be the toes of those who are who are beneficiary to what you'd be doing. Like the people who are going to feel offended are people First off, if you do it well, if you're going through well, are people who are complacent, people do not give who do not even give 2 cents, who do not really care. Those are the kinds of people that would be offended and whose toes you're going to step on. Well, guess what? Fire on. Fire what? On. Go on. You're on the right track, my dear. Move on, because there are other people who appreciate what you're doing. So move on. Anyone who is complaining that, oh, you are not talking to me, and the person is not contributing to your life, my guy, move on. Right? Move on. So at that time, and it was really helpful. Then one day the same thing began to happen, and the Holy Spirit had to just wake me up and help me understand that you're not putting in the work. And as a Christian, it's easy for you to pray, oh Lord, color my efforts, cover my errors. Let the examiner not see my mistakes, let them see my efforts. And then let them, I will, Lord, cause them to favor me, and all those things. But you realize that even God says, if you do well, you'll be accepted. It's a principle. But because we do not want to do the work, we're looking for how to cut around the corners. We're trying to make a spade a shovel. We're trying to just look for how to, because we don't want to put in the work. But one time in school, I just sat down and I was thinking, and I just came to, I said, success is hard. If you want to be successful, it's hard. Well, guess what I told myself? It's possible. It's hard, but it's possible. Because I thought about people and the sacrifice they were putting, and I was thinking about myself, Timothy, if you achieve this, what do you need to do? And I realized that it's hard. It's hard, but it's possible. It's possible. It's very possible. Very possible. Very possible. So stay away from the comfort zone. Do not be that. I mentioned two things now, that's laziness and entitlement. So stay away from the comfort zone. Do not stay in positions where you just want things to go breezy for you. You want things to go gentle, smooth. I mean, everywhere is rosy, right? That's what you want, but that's not the best at all. Because when you do that, you place a limit on how much you can deliver. When you stay locked in the comfort zone, you've locked up yourself in limits, restrictions. You claim to be doing the best, but then you really aren't doing the best. So step out of it. There are moments in your life where you should do things that you've never done before. That was my slogan for this year. I called it, by the help of the Holy Spirit, I called it the impossible year. I mean, this year I've done things I've never done before. And when you step out of the comfort zone, it stretches you. You get to experience. You find out that you had some level of creativity you never tapped into until you were put into it. You know, let me give you an example. So there was a village. A king had a daughter, and then he was going to give out his daughter in marriage. So what did he do? He told everyone, all right, so every single guy, come, I want to throw out a contest. Then there was a river, and in the river were crocodiles. And he was going to tell them that anyone who can swim past this river to the other side would have my daughter. Everyone just looked at the king and like, sir, what are you saying? What are you saying? That's not possible. Whilst everyone was arguing, they heard a splash in the water, swish, and then they began to see somebody swimming so fast, dodging everything, swimming, and then got to the other side. And then everyone was clapping for him. Hey, this guy is a bad guy. He's a good guy. This guy knows what he's doing. Oh, he has gotten the big, and this is brave, he's confident. Yes, this is the person that can be our praise. And then the king took him and was like, how? What happened? How did you do it? He says he just wants to know just one thing. Who pushed me? Who pushed me? Maybe for some of you, you need that push. That push. That push might be situations, circumstances. That push could be people. You need that push. See, that guy didn't know he could swim that fast, but he was right there. But he needed that push. So many of us run away from pushes like that, and we stay locked in comfort zone. You're like, oh well, I mean, it's fine here. Oh, outside is too cold. It's too harsh. I think I'm fine here. No, I'll do what I need to do while I'm here. I'll do it. I'll do what I need to do while I'm here. I'll stay remote. I'll just be here. But that's not how it works. You need that push. That you need to step out of comfort zone. It's outside of the comfort zone that that discoveries are made. If that guy to himself, if they asked him in a billion years, will you do it? His answer was going to be a capital no. But then did he do it? Yes. What helped him? That push. That push. So you need to step out of the comfort zone and go after the things that are needed. Step out of it. You need to visit the gym more often than you do to the spa. The spa is meant to give you beauty treatments and just take care of it. No, no. You need to go to a place where you'll be worked out. And then when you do, eventually you feel good about yourself. You know, one of the things that makes people unfulfilled is laziness, especially young adults. Laziness, when you're feeling bored, feeling that thing they call boredom, like it has a way of zapping energy out of you. You feel wasted. Let me use that word. You feel on like you're not. There's just that. So you want to visit the gym. Obviously, not the physical gym. Visit the gym. Visit the gym. You know, life is not a bed of roses. Visit the gym. Work yourself out. Those characters that you're comfortable with, it's time to toss them. It may be hard. Vulnerability to admit some things can be difficult. But when you do that, you are in the gym. You are in the gym exercising your emotions. Exercise. And then, you know what the gym does? It strains out unnecessary, what's it called now? I think there's a word, not cholesterol. It strains out unnecessary, um, there's a word for it, I'm trying to remember. Strains those things out, things that are not the fats, the extra things. It strains those things out because you are working out the sweat. So that's what needs to happen. Then when you think about the gym, do not be fearful anymore. Do not run away. Imagine it as the place where you actually are going to be worked out. So what mindset makes the gym work? What mindset makes the gym work? Number one, focus. You know, before you even start going to the gym, one of the things you want to do is to find out, why am I going there? Why? What do I want to achieve? Do I want to increase my biceps? Do I want to expand my chest? Do I want to increase the muscles on my feet? So you need to clarify so that when you are there, you know why you are there. You have a lot of young people today who have no direction, no focus, just doing every and anything. Anywhere, belly face. You just want to do anything. And you find yourself in compromising situations just because you lack direction. So give yourself a direction, because in the gym you're going to even have a gym instructor, and the first questions he would ask you is, okay, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to? You don't just go to the gym and pick up any equipment. The equipment is there. There's the dumbbell, there's the treadmill, there's the thing that looks like a bicycle. There's so many things. Many things. So what do you want to achieve? That's a question you want to sit down and ask yourself. Okay, now that I'm here, what am I doing? What do I want to get done? What's the reason for? Why should I stress? Why should I go through? Because if you start working, doing things, and you really do not know what you want, eventually you get to a point where you feel, why am I even here? What am I even doing? Why do I even care? And then you become laid back. You become laid back. You become laid back. So your why is what fuels you as you go on. So why? Why? What are you looking for? And focus, put yourself at it. You know, if you want to chop down a tree, it's not just by hitting the cutlass or whatever the axe on the tree at different points. If you're doing that, you might spend hours in that place. You're just hitting different parts. But then when you stay focused on one particular part and just keep hitting, you keep hitting, you keep hitting, you keep hitting, eventually you would see the results and the outcome of that. That tree will fall. So you want to focus. What are you doing? Don't just do what everybody is doing. What are you doing? Focus. The second thing now is diligence. You know, I define diligence as a combination of hard work and smart work. So it is strategic hard work. You're not just, there are people who work hard, but it's not about working hard. It's about being strategic, being excellent, paying attention to the extra detail, being strategic about what you're doing. So you can go to the gym and all you see somebody do is just lift a dumbbell and he's just doing that. He does that all the time you were there. That's all he was doing. And I feel like they're just wasting his time. Why don't you explore other equipment? Why don't you? You see someone come in every week and he goes straight to the treadmill and he's there. He's there every single time and that's all he's and he goes. And you think, oh, this guy is just wasting his time until you begin to see the results. So being strategic, do not just look at, oh, because this person is doing that, oh, I need to do this. It's not just about working and working your life out. It's about being strategic, the timing, the seasons, understanding the timings of your life, the seasons, knowing what phase of life you are in, and knowing what work to put in, knowing how it should go, knowing when you should do this. That's what matters, right? Being strategic. So another thing is consistency. Consistency. Remember, we're looking at what mindset makes the gym work. Consistency. Consistency is the rule of the game. If I go to the gym today and don't go till the next 2 months, see, by the end of the year, I might even look worse than I do currently. Consistency. Consistency is the rule of the game. If you're in, you are in. The only way is forward. Continue. Keep at it. Keep going. It's a daily affair. You go today and you're going tomorrow. Then after tomorrow, you're going again the next day and every other day. Consistency. It is the rule of the game.